Alrighty, and welcome back to episode 2 of Lasagnage Lessons in English. In this, we're going to start talking about syllables and how they use suffixes to determine their part of speech, and start building up our knowledge of being able to read and understand the format Lasagnage is in. So first, let's start with syllables. Syllables are in one of two simple configurations. They are either in consonant-vowel-consonant or consonant-vowel consonant-consonant. These are like the only two forms they can take. There's not very much variation in this, not much confusion. However, if you've ever seen Lasagnage written out in any way, it doesn't look like this. So Lasagnage can look one of two ways. In traditional Lasagnage, it is written out like so, and this is so that way we can get a nice, clear-cut depiction of what each syllable looks like. They each form these kind of blocks that, when stacked together with other syllables, you can tell them apart. It makes it pretty easy to read, and since Lasagnage, as you'll learn in the next few episodes, is very much based on each syllable having a meaning, this makes it very easy to distinguish each syllable so you can decipher the full meaning of a string of text. However, if you've ever seen like our Discord server or a bunch of our stuff online or in computer form, you'll notice that this is not very easy to write out in a string of text because strings of text are only one tall. And thus, a lot of Lasagnage syllables end up looking as such, with a slash mark in there. The reasoning being, instead of having it up like this, like a fraction would be in math, you take that line and you tilt it sideways so it fits in one string, but it still shows your top and bottom halves of the syllable. Now, with syllables, there are many different endings you can use that each denote different parts of speech. So let's start with a noun. Nouns don't have any ending, they just are. So dage is our word for life. And it's one syllable. The syllable stands for the word life or the concept of life or something living. It's used a lot when words for plants and animals and all that stuff. But you can add suffixes, onto it. So for instance, the suffix en, in this case making the word dagen, means plural. So this would mean lives or life forms, or whatever you add onto it. It could be trees or crocodiles or whatever. This is basically the S sound in English, as you can see here too, how the j sound is now over here in this syllable. Technically, the syllable for plural is just en, but the last consonant from the previous suffix is carried over into this suffix. And then, of course, we have verbs. I said suffix. I meant syllables. My bad. Dage, again, the consonant is carried over from the end, is infinitive verb form. And when you use infinitive versus other verb forms, will be explained in future episodes, but this is our word for to be. And then you've got two other verb endings, dage, which is for singular subject, or dagen, which can at times be confusing with the plural of a noun, but when you see Lasagnage sentence structure, it will make sense. So far we've got that, and then we've got two other suffix endings, which are the adjective and adverb. So dagel is an adjective describing something as vivacious or full of life in Lasagnage, or having the qualities of life or excitement or energy. And then we also have dajub, and this is an adverb, so it's basically the same as an adjective, except referring to a verb describing how the verb is done, full of energy, vivaciously, and whatnot. So those are the suffix endings for parts of speech in Lasagnage, and they make it very handy to take the same syllable here and give it many different meanings depending on the ending and the context it's used. And that's the basis of Lasagnage, again, is that these syllables all have a meaning, and that meaning can be changed or added to other syllables, like I was talking about, you add syllables on it to make tree or vegetable or crocodile, and it's meant to be very easily modular. I like to call it the Lego language, as to make learning it easier, speaking it easier, and just it kind of more fun. Those languages are always more fun to see the crazy strings you can come up with to mean something complex. And that is the simple basic of Lasagnage syllables and how we can use them to change meanings of words based off their part of speech. And in the next few episodes, we'll learn more how to add different concepts together and how we organize them into sentences.